All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. A salutation and much love to Akim out there pushing out his word in truth and sincerity. And I just want to hit on a topic real quick. Lord's will is edifying and exhorting to the hopeful elect out there. All right, the upcoming famines. Just want to speak on that. The physical, all right, famine or the lack of bread, whatever you want to call it. All right, there's going to come a time, all right, and it's already beginning, all right, where food is going to be at a shortage, okay? There's going to be lack of bread, as the scripture says, and the people are going to revert to eating their kids, all right? They're going to revert to cannibalism, and the true beast nature inside these people is going to come out when you see them eating each other. So nonetheless, let's get this scriptures. And first we're going to start on a curse that befell Israel, all right, because this is mainly for our people. I'm making this video for our people, but the heathen are now taking on the curses that were once put upon us. And I will prove that. It says Deuteronomy 30:7, and the Lord, I'll read it verbatim. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them all that hate thee, which persecuted thee. All right, so it says, "In Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies." So the Lord is beginning and has already begun to put these curses that were once put upon us. Now he's putting them on our enemies, beginning with the so-called self-proclaimed white man, right? Which is Esau, Edom, according to the Bible. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's read one of the curses. And again, this is going to befall our people as well. 2/3 of our own people. All right, they will eat their kids as well as they did before. All right, there's different accounts throughout the Bible where Israel would eat their kids, okay, in times of famine, which is a time that we're about to enter into with these food shortages. All right, and there's plenty of articles out there where you can find out what I'm talking about. All right, do your due diligence and figure it out. All right, Deuteronomy 28:53, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which Yahweh thy power hath given thee, in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee. So that happened before in 70 AD. Okay, that happened during different times. You got the account where the two ladies agreed to eat their kids. You eat your kid one day and then your kid the other day. All right, so there's different accounts of when famine has hit this earth. All right, even during the times of Egypt, when Joseph made Egypt great. Okay, there's a couple different accounts in the scriptures that the Lord will bring famine upon the land, and now this last days, the Lord's about to bring a famine as well again, and it's gonna be what sets these people off, these everyday Joe Schmo, all right, Edomites and 2/3 of our people. When there's no bread, there's no KFC and Popeyes you can attend to get yourself a fast food service. All right, when there's no bread, the actual bread in the stores, when there's no meat, okay, people are gonna lose their shit. Okay, and this is 2nd Ezra 15, verse 19. It says, "A man shall have no pity." I'll start at 18. All right, it says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and all men shall be afraid." All right, and these are the times that we're getting into here. All right, with the distress among nations, the uproars of the people, earthquakes in diverse places, all right, famine, pestilences. Okay, these are the days that the Lord spoke about would be taking place before his return. All right, verse 19, it says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So for the lack of bread, these people are going to have no pity upon your neighbors. All right, they're going to destroy each other's houses looking for goods. All right, taking your spoiling your goods, man. Women included. Okay, so all you people that have been storing up canned goods and, doomsday prepping, guess what? Somebody's going to come get that from you. Most likely, all right? And once that runs out, because the reason people are going to take to the streets and start invading one another, not having pity on each other, but destroying each other's houses, is because the grocery stores have run out of food. Now you can no longer go to the grocery store or the McDonald's. All right, now you gotta fight to survive, and that's what's gonna set these people over the edge when they have to fight to survive every day. Just beginning with eating, eating food is a necessity, and you people are accustomed to eating all day, every day, every 2, maybe hour and a half. So when this great famine comes, there's no chance for you gluttonous, Americans, where you are so ungrateful that you'll throw leftovers away and then put a chain or in a lock on the dumpster so that the poor people can't get to it. So one of the judgments the Lord's going to bring upon you, proud ass Americans, is famine. Because here you've had an abundance of food, which most of it is crap GMO, but you would throw it away instead of feeding the poor. So what the Lord's going to bring upon you, one of the plagues, is a famine, a great famine. Okay? And rightfully so. And it's going to lead to you eating your kids. All right? It's going to lead you to start nibbling off yourself, man. You watched the movie Book of Eli. You saw how the people were eating each other. The old folks, when he met them up in the desert, they were making human sandwiches. All right? This is going to become a reality, and you people are going to eat your family members and your kids. All right. Let's go to 2 Ezra 6, verse get to the point. All right, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places, suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. All right, so this is the time we're entering to. You see all these articles, all right, of factories being shut down, meat factories, all right, because of the COVID-19 and whatever. All right, you got different videos of people going into grocery stores and seeing how expensive it is. Different parts of the land is different prices, but overall it's going up for everybody. Look at the price of milk. All right, that's brother Mayum always like to say that's a good indicator of how the economy's doing. All right, so what they're doing, they're pumping out all the stimulus money, all right, so they can hyperinflate. All right, and then your $1,200 that you got, you're gonna need that just for 2 days worth of groceries, just like happened in Venezuela. And then soon, once the truckers start transporting, okay, when there's no more transportation of goods, then that's when the prices are really going to skyrocket, because the storehouses, the factories that are sending the product to particular stores and the distribution stores and whatnot, those are going to be empty, which would be the storehouses. All right. And then when you go to the grocery store, they're not gonna have reshelving. Like when something runs out, they'll restock it up within a day or two. And now they ain't never gonna stock it up, and then people are gonna be losing their minds, invading. That's the first thing to go to the grocery store. That's one of the first places that's gonna get looted. Okay. And then once they wipe that clean, that's when people are gonna invade each other. All right. You're gonna have little mobs running up in people's houses, All right, your best friend that you told about your bunker, he coming for you. For what? For the lack of bread. All right, and then once that all that's done, and it's getting hard to find canned goods here and there. All right, give it within a week, people will begin to eat each other. Maybe less. When they haven't had a square meal in 2 days, start to get them hallucinations. All right, your best buddy, your kids, your wife, they're gonna start looking like food to you. Okay, so let's go to Jeremiah, verse 19. Chapter 19, verse 9. It says, just to get to the point, Jeremiah 19 and 9. And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters, and they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend in the siege and straightness. All right, and what's the siege and straightness that we're coming into now, man? The time of Jacob's trouble. All right, the last days, so to say, because it's gonna be bad for Israel, because this is the time of Jacob's trouble. This is the last time they're gonna be punished. But everybody, all the inhabitants of the Lord got a controversy with all the inhabitants of the earth. All right, all the nations is gonna feel the wrath of the Lord. All right. So these sieges and straightness, all right, this martial law, this the shutdown, all their things they're doing is the siege, putting everybody in straits, meaning a position of difficulty. All right, so that's the position of difficulty that people are being put into is what's going to cause you to eat your kids, your sons and your daughters. All right, let's read it again. Jeremiah 19 and 9. And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters, and they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend, and the siege and straightness, wherewith their enemies and they that seek their life shall straighten them. All right, so point blank period. A lot of people will die of famine. All right, a lot of people will die of starvation, and that's a horrible way to go. But guess what? The Lord has ordained you, all right, a lot of you people to die like that in an excruciating, slow, painful way. All right. Now you just look up the science behind of starvation, dying from starvation, man. It's not a very pleasant way to go. But unfortunately for you, a lot of you will taste of that. You will taste of no pun intended. All right, you're gonna taste of starvation. All right, so let's go to Second Ezra, back to Second Ezra 16, because this is getting good. A lot of you people are gonna die of starvation. Second Ezra 16 and 22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine. Let me read that again. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So if you do make it out of the starvation, if you somehow don't die of hunger or from famine, guess what? The sword is going to destroy you. Maybe and that sword can come in many ways. It could be a nuclear missile. However, it said many shall perish of famine. All right. And then the ones that don't die from the famine are going to get hit by the sword. But so it's better to be hit by the sword. So you better hope you don't die from the famine. And we can prove that as well. All right, let's go to the book of Lamentations 4:19. It reads, "Our Salaki, I'm in the wrong one. Where's this? I think it was 4:9 maybe. Yep, it's 4:9. This is Lamentations 4:9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field." So if you die by the sword, you're better than them that were slain by hunger. All right, because what? You're gonna die slow, painful, agonizing death, man. while you pine away, your insides are eating itself. All right, your muscles start deteriorating. All right, the gastric acid in your your stomach is starting to seep out. It would have been better if you would die by the sword. That's what the scripture says. All right, and guess, Slakia, and guess what? We gonna be laughing in them times. When we see the elect, we gonna laugh at you when you start. When we see one of you people starving to death, you better not be around one of us, because we're gonna laugh at you. Like Proverbs 1 said, I shall mock when your calamity cometh. But for us, we're gonna be laughing because the Lord's gonna protect us from that famine. All right? And those are facts. Let's get it. Job 5 and 22. At destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. So there it is, man. At famine, we're gonna laugh, man. At destruction and famine, we're gonna laugh. So we're not worried about starving to death. We're gonna laugh at people starving to death, or starvation, period, man. All right, because the Lord has promised us that we're gonna be able to eat in those days, while everybody else is famished. All right, attacking each other for lack of bread. Okay, eating their kids. We're gonna be laughing. All right, mocking while you people are dying of starvation. All right, Isaiah 65 and 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Remember, we read there are going to be a lot of people that die from hunger. And it's better to die by the sword than to die from hunger. So, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. So right now, we have begun to rejoice. All right, while everybody else is ashamed. All right, mourning. We're excited and feeling great. And it's 11:44. Kahala Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, so a lot of people will die of starvation, but the elect, all right, have nothing to worry about. This is for the wicked. So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone. Salutation and much love to Yakim. Shalom.